Now, there's only negative comments on Twitter regarding this because you have Susan Wojcicki saying something which is not exactly true, with the fact that the company's TOS are being applied across the board. So she's not playing favorites. It's not that some people are getting censored while some aren't. But as this website suggests, this is contradicting what she said previously, which is the fact that YouTube has some priority creators, authoritative sources, which are the ones that pop up in the search engine. In fact, if you look for any recent event, you're going to find out that you're going to get the mainstream media in the search engine first. And it has moved past the news. It's not just the news, it's even with video games. In most cases, if you search for a recent video game, you're going to find IGN, you're going to find GameSpot, you're going to have the corporations that are being promoted. Even if they happen to have fewer views than an independent creator. So for example, you can have someone like Angry Joe, which can have 2 million views per video, but you're going to get IGN promoted on top of him, and IGN can have around 50,000. Now, maybe it's because these corporations are paying YouTube. I've no idea how they managed to get this priority in the search algorithm, but clearly it's not available to us mortals. Now, regarding censorship, there are a couple of rules on YouTube. For example, you're not allowed to show dead children, right? I think everyone agrees, oh my god, like, well, why did you even bring this up? Well, there is a CNN video with an alleged gas attack in Syria, and CNN is showing the children gasping for air, dying on camera, and that's perfectly fine. Now, you can say, well, okay, but that's newsworthy. If there's a car crash in front of my house, and I video it, and I provide context, and it's newsworthy, even if it helps the police, I'm pretty sure if I upload it on YouTube, my channel will be gone. So, no, not really. I mean, I don't think that the terms are being applied equally. Probably it's not as bad as Twitch, though, because we noticed that with a leak with Twitch, there are certain creators which cannot get banned from the platform. So even the Twitch moderators, if they wanted to ban some of these protected creators, they would have to call their higher-ups. They wouldn't be able to do it. So there was a list of names. And maybe this doesn't exist on YouTube, although I kind of doubt it. Like, for example, if Fox News were to break the TOS, I think the moderators wouldn't just be able to ban Fox News. They would have to call someone else. But with that said, there is actually something very interesting that Susan Wojcicki has said here. And this is the fact that right now in the United States, there are two types of voices. On one hand, you have right-wingers, which are asking for less censorship. And on the other hand, and she actually talks about the whistleblower from Facebook, you have the left, which is asking for even more censorship. It's not enough. And this has to do with the fact that the ideology of the progressive Americans right now is based on the fact that people should be treated like children, and any type of information that is not safe, according to the progressives, should be kept away from people. Because if people are subjected to bad information, they might start getting confused, and then they might become violent. Right? So this has roots in neo-Marxism. Herbert Marcuse is probably the first to talk about it. Foucault as well. Is the idea that if you allow freedom, people become fascists, people become Nazis, and eventually you have the Holocaust. So you shouldn't allow people to be free. You should use a authoritarian fist in order to make sure that everyone thinks correctly. Now, what Susan is saying is that because the left is advocating for more censorship and the right is advocating for less, and they're both attacking YouTube, then YouTube must be in the right. And, you know, I gotta say this. I look at what happened to the Twitter with Jack Dorsey and the huge wave of censorship that is coming to the platform. And I'm not saying this just because I'm on YouTube. I'm not saying this, you know, because I could say whatever I want. I mean, there's YouTubers that diss Susan Wojcicki, and there's YouTubers that attack her and whatever and mock her and ridicule her, and they're fine. Okay, like I don't think you would get banned from the platform if you say negative things about her. But what I do want to say is that out of all the social media, so you have Twitch, Twitter, Facebook, out of all of those, I think YouTube still has the most amount of free speech. I mean, just think about it this way, right? How many right-wingers, openly right-wingers, do you know on Twitch that are advocating right-wing ideology? Because I can't think of a single one. Look how many people are getting banned on Facebook. Like, on Facebook, is getting to the point where there was a person who found Yaxley Lennon, Tommy Robinson, found him on the street, took a picture with him, uploaded it on Facebook, boom, he was gone. And Twitter, well, with the recent changes of policies, I don't think I need to get... So YouTube, yeah, it's very censorious, don't get me wrong. I mean, it's really difficult to have a channel on a platform where people like Raging Golden Eagle just get Thanos overnight. It's annoying to see that you have this thing called priority creators and they get to do whatever they want. But it's better than Twitch. I mean, I'm not saying. I think it's better than Twitter. And I am 100% sure that if it wasn't for Susan Wojcicki, like if she steps down, you're going to have someone that's going to make broad changes to the platform, the likes you only see on Twitter. So, I don't think she deserves the free speech award, by the way. But at the same time, out of all the CEOs, yeah, I do kind of like her. And I gotta say something else, you know. I listen to CEOs talk all the time because it's part of my job. When you hear Zuckerberg, you know he's fake. Like, almost everything he says is corporate PR bullshit. Jack Dorsey, whatever he was speaking, same thing. It seems like he's completely clueless about his company. Well, was completely clueless about his company. But with Susan, whatever she was speaking, it's like, no, like what she was saying is actually what would happen. Like, she would literally say, yeah, we have priority creators. I mean, she's honest about it, right? Like we're changing the search algorithm. We're manipulating it so that the people we want get to come first. So I appreciate the honesty, at least. If not anything. But I suppose, you know, people are still going to give negative comments about it. You know, again, like, if you look at YouTube by itself, yeah, it's bad. But when you put it in context with other platforms, it's just not as bad. In fact, it's a lot better than you would see what would happen on Twitter and Twitch. I mean, it's miles ahead of Twitch. And I don't know if this matters for some people, but still, you know, it's something. Although, it's not going to be great in the future if it keeps the course, if it maintains doing what it's doing now, where all the independent content creators are suppressed. It's going to become like television. And most people don't even have a television in their homes because they don't like it. Let me know what you guys think, and I'll see you in the comment section. Take care.